Eagles wear boxing. Y'all know what it is. Stop playing. Yep, let's ease up into this. What's going zones out there, y'all? Huh? Y'all come see Eagle. What's going zone? What's going zones out there? Out in the world there, man. I'm not in the world. I'm in my place. Nah, just kidding. I'm curious about this fight that's coming up, though. We'll talk. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about it. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about that. What's his name? Magnasayo? I always mess his name up. Magnasayo or something like that. But anyway, we're gonna see if he can actually transcend back into boxing. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to see though. We're gonna have to see how it works. That's what we gotta do. We gotta see how what he can do. A lot of these fighters, and like some of these fighters, um, have such a I don't want to, I'm not trying to throw nobody underneath the bus, but they have a style, and I'm not saying basic. I don't want to say basic. It's not a basic style, but their style of fighting is set up such that there's what they, the language that they use is fighting with a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, a plan D, E, F. As many plans as you need to fight. And also they call in like new wrinkles and stuff like that. In other words, something else for another fighter that has to iron that out. Like, I got to iron this out. I got to be able to win. But some fighters are so just encapsulated in their style to where, we're looking at them like they are basic. We're looking at them like they're not special a lot of times, but they are actually special. A lot of these fighters are special fighters. But it's just that a lot of times they just don't have I'm not gonna call it gear, because Mark Sayo, I think he has another gear, but a lot of times when you run out of like ideas, or your imagination when it comes to boxing, it's like you got to get something else done. A lot of times they don't want to get certain stuff. They just don't get it done. I see my brother out there, Ryan O'Rourke. He's finally back up in here. Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. He says, salute to you, bro. He says, salute to Boo Boo Andres. All the top 168 and 75 said boo to him, and he shit himself. Oh, my goodness. Don't start that today. Damn, Ryan is starting his stuff already. Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more says salute back, brother, salute back to both of y'all. He says listening on the road. You always on the road, man. Yeah, keeping eyes on the road. Yeah, keep your eyes on the road, man. Are you guys having snow over there across the pond where you're at? Are you having snow where you at, Bruce? Bruce probably surrounded by ice right now as I'm speaking. Bruce, you surrounded by ice, huh? What you talking about, Eagle? You know I'm surrounded by ice. Ooh, that's loud. I haven't played that in a long time. This little thing. It's a small xylophone. It has different sounds than a regular xylophone got. Um, I like you guys know I like to play instruments and all that shit. You know me, drums, percussions. I can't. I'm never. I'm never out of energy to where I can't play. Man, I could play going to sleep. I could play something. I could be on my way to sleep and I can still be. I could be playing something on my way to sleep, man. I think I'll do something until my last breath. I'll still be trying to do something. They'd be like, it's time to rest forever, man. You stop. Yeah. Oh, he said, yep, first time all year. I know you surrounded by ice. He says, no, Bruce Gas says, no, he says, been warm in New England. No, in New England, I was talking to Ryan, though. I asked him across the pond. But New England, that's kind of surprising. That you said it's actually been warm in New England, man. If it's cold where I live at, it rains like 10 times a year, if that. It don't even rain here. We've already had, in the last month, we've already had probably 20 days of rain. I told somebody it was going to rain. Oh, no, it ain't going to rain no more. They thought it was they thought it was a hoax or something that the elements, that nature was playing on us. I said, no, we're supposed to have even a bigger one. Now, this one was kind of bigger because we had the windstorms and we had rain, but I think the severity of the rain, or actually like the length of the rain hasn't been as bad. But I heard they had to close down, even a park, they had to close down Yosemite because they said they had 15 feet of snow. That's out of my comprehension. I lived in places where there was a lot of snow that dumped down. I've seen 3-4 feet of snow. And it's amazing when you see it come down because you don't know if it's the end of the world or not. You're like, wait a minute, that's 4 feet. You just start panicking when it gets anything past 2 feet. You start, panicking, because you got snow in the east and Midwest that is piled up higher than cars sometimes. Especially the snowplow doesn't help out because they don't respect cars at all. They just want to keep the street clean. So they'll just come by and plow your whole car in. So now your car is like in a square, or, not necessarily perfect square, but it's inside of a square block of ice and snow, which is BS, because they should allow you to move or something. Or, what is actually wrong with even having shelters on the street in the first place? For you to have like a car, what's wrong with having carports on the street in the first place? That's my part. Why shouldn't you have carports there? Why shouldn't the cities have carports? Right? Especially if you know it can snow. Yeah, you done put somebody into a city, they're not surrounded by trees that's going to block all that. Why shouldn't they have like carports? Instead of just a bare sidewalk. And that would stop people from speeding up and down the street also. If you had to park, there's a carport, hey, I got to pull into the carport and park rather than driving close to the curb and all that. That'll take all that shit out. Or maybe they should let neighborhoods pay for it if that's what they want. Yep. Okay, said warmest winter on record, I imagine. Okay, I see what you got. Ryan said, no, we got no snow. It's been a lot colder 2 weeks ago. Okay. So it's been cold there, but he says no snow, but it's just been cold. Sometimes it's too cold to snow. I didn't know what that meant when I was little. What do you mean snow is cold? It's too cold to snow. It ain't too cold. It can be too cold to snow. Because everything, if shit is frozen before it even get down, it ain't gonna do nothing. Or it's not even snow. What is that called? Is it snow? I'm not saying it's not snow, but what is that shit called? Let's go through the stages. We're talking right now. So there's different. I would suppose, I don't know if everybody has experienced this, but there's different kind of snow. I know sometimes you have the first snow, and a lot of times the first snow is a snow that doesn't stick, and then you have forms of the first snow. The second snow sticks, but it's like cotton. And I don't know if you have experienced this. So if you don't know, you can reply if you know. But if you don't know, then just shut the hell up. But anyway, yeah. So the second snow is like really, really soft. and it's hard. You can't really make like the snowballs out of it. It just because they're too light. I mean, you could make them, but they're just like light. After a few days, like maybe 2 days, after 2 or 3 days of weather just like freezing, but not so much. I'm saying weather just in between. I'm gonna say 28, somewhere around there, and freezing. Those are your perfect snowballs because your hands kind of warm them up and they can get hard. Like you got snow and ice that's too hard to use as snowballs, but you got something that's just perfect. So when it hits you, somebody throw a snowball, it splatters all out. Like it splatters out. But you got that cotton kind of snow. It's still cold, but it just doesn't. It's not. You hit somebody with the snowball, it's like you threw a feather at them or something like that. And then you got like severely cold snow, which you can't do shit with. You press it, it just turns back into powder. It's kind of gritty. You got this gritty type of shit. Then you got what you call so if you don't get the snow, you get what they call sleet. Now, some of you have never experienced this shit because you live in hot weather. You get the sleet. I don't know. I think sleet is probably the worst for me. I can't stand that shit because sleet is like a real small hail, I believe. And if the wind is blowing, it just really cuts the shit out your skin, slaps the shit out you, slaps you around. You know, like ugh. It's like cutting in all into your face, and it's cold. If you got glasses on, it freezes your glasses up. You can't see shit. You got to take your glasses off. You got to cover your face up. Basically, you got to get the hell up out of that. And then there's just other types of snow. But the way that these cities do is they don't give a shit about you. They don't care about your car. So I know back in the day, I know they use salt. Some places use salt. Some places use sand. Some places use gravel. Whatever. They don't. It's a condition to get people through the road because they don't want to spend the money to actually clear the road. Just clear the damn road. Just clear the road and require change. That's all you got to do. All this other stuff, gravel, salt, and all that shit, you don't need to put all that shit in the road. And plowing people in. Make it a better way for them. So if you had, like I said, you had the street carports, then all the snow would be where? On top of the carport. And then whoever's out there, y'all can just knock that shit down or whatever. It wouldn't be on top of the cars. Yeah, that's just in the ideal situation. That's just the way my mind works. But some people's mind don't work like that. Oh, it's too much ego. No, it's not too much. It's not too much. If they can build buildings and tear shit down, because I tell you, man don't know how to make shit. I'm sorry. Man does not know how to make a damn thing that lasts. Everything he makes, he has to tear down. Like even his bridges. His bridges last 50 years, 100 years, he got to tear them down. At least part of them. Some parts they can keep up if it's steel and all that, but they got to reinforce them and make sure they got to put that Rust-Oleum on them. Make sure they don't rust and all of a sudden or just disintegrate, because a lot of this shit, it will start disintegrating in the next few years. A lot of these old structures that they got. Okay, let me see what y'all got though. Yeah, Bruce said, I survived the blizzard of 78. Some people were stranded on the highway for days. Yeah, see, that's what. And see, Bruce, see, you've been around long enough to understand that that weather, and cold, severe weather ain't nothing to play with. But a lot of people have never been around weather like that, and they don't understand. See, Bruce, do you understand? You know what a whiteout is? I don't know. Probably Bruce knows what it is. Bruce, do you know what a whiteout is? What about you, Ryan? You guys know what a whiteout is? A whiteout, I'll tell you all about it. It's the scariest shit ever. I'll tell you about it in a second if you don't know. Ryan, okay, yeah, Ryan said sleet. Yeah, that's sleet. That shit. Oh, I can't stand that shit. I'd rather get trapped in snow than to get hit with that shit. That shit hurts, man. That shit be tearing your skin up and freezing you. Rain, hailstones, sleet, snow. Yeah, he said rain, hailstones, sleet, snow. Bruce Gasbox and Jazz Moore, he said dry snow is nothing. It's the wet stuff that you could that you have to shovel hard. You don't make snowballs. You make deadly ice balls. Yeah, that shit, you can kill somebody with that shit. That's what I'm saying. Some like the wet snow, the wet and then frozen. Because sometimes we play so long in the snow that we actually leave them. Like we leave all the snowballs outside. You can't use those the next day. You'll kill somebody with those, especially if it warms up in the afternoon. Let's say, for instance, it gets up to like 36, something like that. The snow come back out there. The snowballs are like 3/4 the size they was the day before, but they're all because of the little bit of melted water that's in there and froze back up. It's like throwing a half a pound of ice at somebody at your little meager 35 miles an hour. But 35 miles an hour for a kid or whatever, if he can get that much out of his arm strength, is that's quite a lot of speed for something to come at you that hard. Yeah, the dry snow. I love when the wind is blowing real hard and you got that shit like it's just swirling around. I like that. That's ain't nothing like all that shit. But you know, the only thing about that, when that dry snow is just blowing around like that, here's the thing about that. If you live in like a coulee, if you live in a coulee or you live in down the end of a street, end of an alley where the road changes, there's somebody down there is gonna suffer bad. I'm telling you that somebody's gonna suffer bad because what's gonna happen is all that snow is gonna pile up right where they live at. They gonna be. You imagine being the only neighbors, like you got three neighbors at the end of the block, and they're on the block that changes direction. All the shit goes right down there. I've seen that shit even in Illinois. I've seen it. I've seen snow be on one side of the street one day and then on the other side of the street the next day. That is just, it's like it has a mind of its own or something like that. Uh, Damn, Ryan said we get more sleep than snow in UK. Damn, that because you guys are, I think you guys have, because you guys have like really, you guys have heavy rains over there. And I think that has a lot to do with it, because if the elevation for if the elevation for freezing is not high enough, then you get to sleep. You know, if it has to fall, if that rain has to, if that those rain or water particles have to float down, like they have to come down like a certain distance, and you know, I guess the air will spread them out into like snowflakes. You know what I mean? But if it's not that, then you guys get that sleep. I can't stand that shit, man. I that and they got even that rain. I don't like that rain, man. That rain, that shit that burns and stings. I don't. What the hell they put in that rain to make it burn your skin or like it just hits you so hard like little needles, like like somebody throwing darts at you. I can't stand that shit. It's like what the hell kind of evil ass rain is this? You know, you get the evil rain, just like you get the evil snow. Now, the evil snow is to me, because you guys didn't answer that, so I'm going to go back to it. So the whiteout is when you're driving and you see, like, you can see, you know, you're like, okay, I got so much visibility in front of me. And then all of a sudden, your visibility just turns to zero on the road. That's what you call a whiteout. And that shit, I've been in probably... Oh, I've probably been in air. The only road condition I have never been in to where it affected me, I've been in it. Like floods. I've been in flood. I had to drive through flood water, but it didn't affect me. But the worst thing I think that I had to drive through, well, rain, severe rain, when the shit was coming down like buckets, and I was like, damn, and everybody was still speeding. I'm like, shit. All you can see is faint lights in front of you and a spray of water on your windshield. But you had to drive. You couldn't like slam on the brakes. But I'm going to tell you, the driving condition is the worst out of all of those, out of all of them, out of all the snow, all the whiteouts and all that. I'm going to tell you what's worse. What's worse is when you got low, thick fog. And you cannot see the road for shit, but you still got to drive. Because somebody is going to ram into you. I've been in fog where the visibility was... I'm going to say 10 feet at the most in front of you. That don't make no sense. 10 feet? 10 feet means you can only travel about 5 feet per second. Something like that. To be safe. And then you can't even see the edge of the road. I got stuck in that a couple of times. I said, you know what? I'm never going to come through this road at this time of year again. I said, ain't no way in the hell I'm going to be that stressed out, going that slow with the fog lights on and lights, emergency lights and everything. That was crazy. And a bunch of accidents and people just like, that's just too much. And just imagine going through fog with no visibility at night. Damn. I feel bad for those people who have to drive where they can't, you know, um, they can't get out of driving because that's their job. Shout out to all the drivers that have to drive through all that crap while we just sit at home like, no, I'm just gonna go back home. So it's nice to be able to turn around and go back home instead of dealing with those kind of conditions. Yeah, but I just got caught up in the whole weather thing because I can look out the window and see all the hills are covered in snow, and we're supposed to be going. I don't believe in that shit, so don't even try to get me to believe in it. I don't believe in the groundhog shit. We're going into spring. If it's not spring, in actuality, as far as the calendar is concerned, it's still spring. I just don't want to go into spring and do that leap forward in time. You know how you do that little leap forward in time or whatever? You push the clocks up and all. I don't want to push the clocks up and it's still frozen out there. That's just not good. But it is what it is what it's going to be. So if we have to suffer a couple of more months or weeks, because this is the first of the month, so if we have to suffer 3-4 weeks or whatever, 6 weeks, and that's just what we have to do. Ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Only thing you can do is go get your ass a blanket, a thick coat, some gloves, mittens, or whatever you want to call it, and then just turn the heat up. That's all you can do. There's nothing else we can do, brother. It's nothing else. But yeah, Max Sayo. Yeah, so what we need to see with he's gonna fight Brandon Figueroa. So what we want to see is Max Sayo. I got to see him, change up his game a little bit. I mean, he got in a good slugfest, but he just not enough. His connect rate just wasn't good enough. His style and connect rate just wasn't good enough. So more or less, I'm gonna put it this way: he did take a kind of a boxing lesson. Now I heard this. I just saw this on DBN, and I don't know. They always breaking. I don't do breaking news, but I guess Terrence Crawford is being ordered to fight Alexa Rocha. But we'll see how they go. We'll see. I don't know who's ordered to. I don't know who's ordered to fight who. Yeah. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Even when it comes to, I don't like that. I don't like that. If it seems like that Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder is starting to become buddies, I don't know if I like that because I know Wilder don't like him. I don't like it because then I'm already, already know me. I'm thinking, we about to get set up for like 2 or 3 more fights. Is some kind of, business is going on. I want us to get fights that we can feel are more legitimate inside. That's what I feel like. That we can get fights that we can feel. Listen to what I'm saying. That we can feel are more legitimate. That we can feel it like, oh, that feel like that's legit. Now, even if they trick us, at least we can feel like the fight is legitimate. They probably done got us so many times, so to Derek Bailey. Derek Bailey, they probably done got us so many times, we suckers, that we don't even know. Oh, that was a good fight. We sitting there shaking our head up and down like how good the fight was, and it was a straight setup. We didn't got played. Now, I'm not saying that boxing is a sport that plays you. But I'm not, just like somebody told me, like I was talking about the weather earlier. They said, oh, we ain't going to get no more bad weather shit. And then I'm looking around, we're almost in spring, and all I see is snow everywhere. I'm like, stop it. Stop acting like you're a meteorologist or whatever. A meteorologist ain't even a meteorologist. They don't even know shit about the weather. Oh, it should clear up. We should, I guess it didn't clear up. Stop it. Because they're using stuff like Doppler radar still. There's no scientists, nothing that they're using that's so, they talking about satellite. Nah, they ain't using no damn satellite. They still using a Doppler radar radars to track the storm. They've been doing that shit for 100 years, so stop it. Like all of a sudden, satellites is going to track the storm. They know. So what? Because they go off of like the pressures and stuff like that. They go off the wind speed. And I'm gonna tell you what decides weather is the temperature and wind speed. All that other shit don't matter. It's the wind speed and the temperature. If that wind is constantly coming towards your ass at 30 miles an hour, and it got rain with it, guess what? It ain't gonna be too hard to figure out. And you 300 miles away, we know that you're gonna get that storm in 10 hours. It ain't too hard to figure that shit out. But people get so slow. Oh, they don't know shit. Okay, Ryan's right back at it. Ryan said, what happened to global warming shit? Getting cold. He said, F that kid. That ain't all his BS. Yep. Well, Derek Beatty saluted Eagles Web. Salute back to the brother. Derek Beatty saluted Ryan O'Rourke. Yeah. Bruce is in here talking. Bruce is in here too. Derek, he's on the road. Yeah, you saw him say salute to Bruce guys, Boxing Jazz and more. Ryan O'Rourke. He said Bill Haney versus Bernard Hopkins. Let's go. Oh no, Bill Haney can't mess with Bernard. Even though Bernard, he might have chin issues now or body issues. We never know. Ryan says salute to Derek. Ryan also. How's Raleigh getting this title shot at 140? That's some BS. You know what? It's a subject, Ryan, that we talk about in Eagles Web all the time. Derek knows what it is. It's called marketability. That's how Ryan, what you talking about? Even Ryan's getting a shot. You see what I mean? If you're going to market yourself, because you got people, see what's happening now is you got people, and Bruce knows, that you got people now that's not even, they're not boxers. To be honest, they're not boxers. And they're allowed to just all of a sudden put on some gloves and say, well, I want to go pro. They take a physical, do some sit-ups and push-ups or whatever, and show that they can function and hold their hands up. And they're allowing them to just fight. And because of social media. Jake Paul's all upset because he lost to Fury. He wasn't supposed to be Fury. Come on. There's a lot of light heavyweights that he's not supposed to. I would like to see him and Badou Jack go at it. He might actually have a shot. Badou Jack will beat him up. But he might have like kind of a shot. But you're talking about a pummeling. It's just going to be like constant work. That's one thing about Badou. Badou he's just a workman. He just comes in and just works. You know, and I was just talking about those type of style fighters. Those are good fighters. Some of them can even be great. But the problem with those type of fighters, the ones that just seem like they're on pace to just do one thing. And I'll be honest with you, Marvin Hagler was kind of that type of fighter. But after a while, he just started turning it up. Like he would just beat you up. Like just beat you up at a constant pace. And if you flurried or something, it might seem like you might have got a win. Like, I think I can give you that round. But then he just started turning it up. He's like, oh, I'm getting cheated. I'm fighting my ass off. So now I got to go for the chin. So then he started going for the chinnage. Started going for like the knockouts, you know. But you got some fighters who just fight like that. And I think Magsayo is a perfect example of a type of fighter who needs to have another way of fighting, another gear, another adaptability, another maybe style a little bit. You can change your style of boxing. Come on. Everybody like you can't develop a different type of jab or different type of hooks or nothing like that. Tighten up on your hooks or uppercuts. Come on. Your footwork. Come on. It's not like you're not teaching them 100 different things. Just like when I speak about Wilder, it's like all we need out of you Wilders, we need some good slick movement. Make these fighters run into the ropes when they're trying to take you out. Make them hurt their own self. Like I said, a lot of people underestimate Tank. But if you watch that Raleigh fight, when he cracked Raleigh, look at his positioning right after he cracked him. Look at where he was at. He was ready to throw another one too. That's what everybody was calling Lomachenko the Matrix, because Lomachenko moves around you a lot. But if you keep somebody who tries to, if you're longer than somebody, you keep them, and they try to move around you, as long as you keep them out there with the touch, they can't do it. Even if they step around, you just turn it. So it's actually, uh, when you're in the moment, a lot, then you're not, you're just reacting, but you're not. It's not natural. It's practice. I don't know if if you're understanding what I'm saying. That's not natural. It's practice. So when it's natural, you can let somebody go flying past you. Just because Loma ends up behind a fighter and hugging them and pushing them and stuff like that, it's because, it's just something that he practices. But if you practice keeping him at the end, it don't matter how much spinning they do. If you ever got in a fight with one of your siblings or something, and you were older than them and taller than them, that no matter how much spinning they do, you can always put that hand on top of their head. Derek done it a lot of times. Derek put his hand on top of his little brother's head like that and let his brother just swing, and he just guiding his little brother around. Same thing. Hey, I don't care you spin around there, you still ain't gonna get no position, because I'm constantly stepping back. No matter what you're doing, if you're trying to spin or you're trying to get in back of me, you can't, because no, you don't. Nope. It's almost like that game. And I don't know if it's called, I don't know. I'm bad with old names of games, even though I used to love this game. It's either tether or tether. Tether, you guys tell me. It's either tether ball or tether. Tether ball or tether ball. Sound like the same damn thing. But it's either one of those. I used to love that game. Where the ball is on the string, you just hit it. Boom, 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 boom. You try to get it in your direction. When it runs out of rope, then you win. You know what I mean? But you can block it. But sometimes people can hit it. It's a certain way you can hit it to where it goes up, and then it comes down to where you're at, and the other person's on the other side, and then you're hitting it back up where they can't get to it. You see what I mean? And it's still, so it's going up, it's wrapping around, and coming down to you. You hitting it back up, and so, but you got to be able to hit it perfectly to get it like that. Because you just hit it to somebody, they're gonna block it, and then they can grab it, and then they hit it back. But it has to, it has to do this little orbit like that, and that's how you're gonna, that's how you get that dub. Okay. I just took y'all back. Oh, know nothing about those games. No. But I don't know. Back to Ryan, I don't know. But Raleigh, like I said, marketing, putting yourself out there, that's what we keep asking for. We said that there's a prolific boxer that you guys love so much, but his marketing is just not what we feel like it should be. Okay, Bruce Gas said he's listening. Okay. Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz Born at Derek Bailey. Salute Ryan O'Rourke again. He said, Ryan, unbeaten fighter, and I got unbeaten Tank. We know you got unbeaten Tank. Take a regular belt hero. Ryan's so mad at Tank. Why you so mad at Tank, man? Huh? He ain't not going to jail or nothing, man. It was bullshit, man. Come on now. You think the judicial system, you must not know what color that young man is, because they base stuff off of color in the United States. Whether they want to admit it or not, man, we still base everything off of color and culture over here in the United States. In status. A lot of the underprivileged, because it's not, like I said, status. That means there's whites in there too. Or so-called whites. Ain't nobody white, but I'm saying that everybody's included. You know what I mean? You got that money or whatever, but shit, sometimes, hey, you know what? We have a singer over here. I don't know if you know R. Kelly. I heard he's getting even in more trouble. He's going to do some more time or whatever because of some kind of, allegedly, he did something to some children or something like that. But, I mean, if that's true, yeah, you need to do time. Or really, I don't know if time is not, when you say time, it's not going to help you. What you need is he need, like, some severe, like, counseling every day. He has to go to counseling. I would, like, put him in counseling. It'd be more punishment than him sitting in jail, to be honest. Put his ass in counseling like 10 hours a day, every day. Different counselors. That's all he can Damn, just to retrain them like every day. You got to go through it. Either that or take jail. You probably take jail over that, but um, there's something has to be reprogrammed in a lot of these people, man. You guys don't understand. Some people have been through so much stuff because we don't even know the backstory. But some people have been through so much stuff, so much abuse and everything else that we don't even know their story, man. People have been through a lot of shit, a lot of abuse and everything else. So I'm just saying. But I know you can't. I know you hate them. Yeah. Ryan away say I got Devin beating Tank. I got Devin beating Shakur. Well, Devin is right now. Devin is kind of unbeatable. Devin's hard to beat. That's not like a bad choice. He said, laughing out loud. I am one of 5. He said the Elvis. So I get that he might been bigger than me, but couldn't touch me. Oh, is that right? Well, you know what? A lot of times well, I'm going to be honest with you. Most times, your older brother usually has your number because he's, you know what? The thing about it is we see more stuff. The older you are in your family, the more shit you done witness. Now, these kids nowadays, they ain't never witnessed nothing. Even if they witness drive-bys, they haven't witnessed like a family, like in the whole neighborhood protecting you. They haven't witnessed that. You know what I mean? Because neighborhoods used to be like, yeah, this whole neighborhood protect itself. Ain't need no gang or nothing like that. Everybody, like I say, everybody was strapped up. So they didn't need all that. Like, yo, you don't come through here starting no shit up in this neighborhood. Or even the kids. Kids is the first line of defense, to be honest. If a kid seen an old perverted man coming through like the neighborhood, they be the first one. Oh, my this man look all perverted or something. Like, I don't know what it is, man. It's like kids knew perversion when we was growing up, man. These dumbass kids now don't know perversion. Even you said the pedos now need to be castrated or killed, and that's facts. But what I'm saying is that why? You tell me this, Ryan. Why is it now that kids or whatever? How come they don't know perverts like some people do? But we would report pervs. I mean, I had a best friend that used to work for a perv. At a freaking bakery, he was a perv. He was a straight up perv and stuff. She was a young girl. You know, she worked for his ass like about a week. He started getting perverted. I'm like, wow. So we knew. So we more or less, and we used to do a lot of shopping with him. But we just stopped. You know, he was in our he had the nerve to have. He was in our neighborhood. It's like a neighborhood bakery, you know what I mean? And those kind of places I miss, but I don't miss, if you was a pervert, I don't miss it like that, you know. But my question, Derek, is why don't kids know? How come they can't, spot? Well, for the most part, I'm not saying none. I didn't say none of them can, but why can't they spot the pervy? That's my whole thing. Why can't you spot the pervy? You should be able to spot the pervy. Spot them out. Like, oh yeah, he got that kind of perv look on him. I don't know. I don't. Kids, it's okay. I'm saying kids. I'm not saying adults. Now, you adults, if you missed it, you missed it, okay? Don't start calling somebody a perv when you're adult. You can't do that shit once you get 18 and above, you know? You have to know before you get there, so you can keep it in. So, oh yeah, he a perv, So we can always say, oh yeah, he a perv like that. So, but we got to keep it inside though. You see what I mean? Because you can get yourself in trouble. I'm trying to keep y'all safe and not sorry that you can get in trouble if you call somebody, the perv boy. But anyway, so let's go back to this one fight that I'm interested in. So I have the question for you guys. What does Magsayo have to do in order to beat Brandon Figueroa? What does he have to do? Or what can he do? Can he do it? Can it be done? Or is he just going to be a gatekeeper? People are just going to outpoint him and just keep him right below elite, right below good? A lot of questions for the same kind of the same type of questions though. Yeah. I'm trying to let you guys have the floor a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think about Deontay Wilder versus AJ? If that, are you guys still excited about that? If that happens, I don't know. I don't know. I like to see Wilder against anybody. I don't know. It's that, it's the whole promotion for me. It's the whole puncher's chance for me. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what it is. For me, it's just that whole puncher's chance. Like, oh, he's still losing. He's losing, man. Got 3 rounds left, and all of a sudden, boom. Did you blink? Yes, I did. Yeah. Now, one thing I do appreciate about uh, your Dennis Ugas when he's calling out Crawford. If that's true, he said he's calling out Crawford, and he's clowning Alexis Rocha. He said, "Who are you? what have you done?" But I tell you what, Ugas always wanted Crawford, and I know you guys are Crawford fans. You guys love Crawford. How come Crawford won't fight him? He already got beat up by Earl, so you know. Derek said it's a little bit too late, but they can fight. Um, Sorry, Derek. Hey, Derek, look, I'm like this. I'm putting in my, I'm looking at my card. Look, I'm looking at my card here. I'm looking at my card and like, okay. I'm putting in my 4 numbers. Now I'm putting in my other 3 numbers. Like, okay, let's get this cracking. I'm sorry, I gotta pay for that, man. I'm sorry, that's just me. You guys might not have to pay for it. I gotta pay for that. That's just me. I gotta pay for it. Like, yeah, I got to see Wilder. Let's see what's going on. So, and I don't even know if somebody can even explain this to me. See, I'm full of questions today. Is why are we still even up in the air with the Tank fight in the first place? With the Tank versus Ryan, why are we still feel like we up in the air, like we being held hostage? What the f? You guys fighting or what y'all doing? What we doing? What we doing, Derek? I gotta know. I gotta ask Derek because Derek got all the answers. What are we doing? But Derek saying they could fight. Did we lose stream? Hey, y'all put up a one if y'all heard what I just said. I'm gonna be still because it looks like my stream. I lost my stream again. Damn it. Let me see. See, y'all done used up all my oxygen sitting here yawning. Okay, I'm just waiting for anybody here. Okay, here we go. He says, yeah, it's like getting Lewis and Bo to fight now. No, God dang, Derek. It ain't that bad, man, brother. God, Derek says it's like getting Riddick Bowe and Lance Lewis to fight today. Hey, I'm going to tell you the truth, Derek. I'm sick with it. Because guess what? I would buy it. Hey, I would buy it, brother. If this is, so you laughing about it, but guess what? Eagle would buy it. I'm not saying I'll pay 149.99, but I might. Who knows? But I might. I'll pay to go see it. I don't know. I forget. Lala D wanted to go see some fight. I said, yeah, I'll go see. Who was it? Oh, Ryan and Tank. Yeah, she gave me Ryan. Yeah, she wanted to go see Ryan versus Tank, but then she gonna give me Ryan. How you gonna give? How you gonna just give me Ryan? Here you go, Eagle. How you gonna just give me Ryan? What kind of bullshit is? What kind of bullshit is that? Just gonna give me Ryan. I don't want Ryan. I got somebody that they don't live close to there, but I got relatives down there. Hmm. Trying to think. I try to get the setup. I try to have people that I know all over the place, but yeah, I just don't. I'm not, you know, I'm friendly, but I just don't have a whole lot of people like that that I can trust and have friends and stuff. People always abuse ego for some reason. They look at me like, oh yeah, he easy to get over. I'm not really easy to get over. I'm easy for you to play yourself. There's a difference between you getting over on somebody or you playing yourself. Because if you get over on somebody, you know, oh, I got over. It feels like you rewarded yourself. But when you play yourself with somebody, it feels like, oh shit, I can't go back to them no more. See, and that's what it is with me. Is when you play yourself, you can't come back. It's like, now what you gonna do? Because you ain't who you can't now you can't come back. Like whatever you got, that's all you get. But now instead of even that, now you can't really talk to me. You know what I mean? So I don't really want to talk to you. Nothing else in common no more. So all those conversations you had that were to you was like heavy. You know what I mean? And all that pretending that you were so conscious and awake about certain stuff, all that turned into straight up, you know what? See what I mean? And now that I know it's straight up, you know what? Now, what do you do now? Because now you've been exposed. So for me, I actually I like it because what it does, it gives me. I tell you what it does, Derek. I'm talking to everybody about it. Said Derek. I'm telling you what it does. What it does for me is it kind of gives me a barometer of of people because you got certain people in different statuses and you see where they at. And most of the people who try to get over on you, they really losers. To be honest, they really are losers. They losers or they front and they want to be something that they're not. That's exactly what it is. And I've been noticing all the people what they have in common. Either they're losers or they're trying to project something that they're not. They're trying to live above means and stuff. And that's what it is. Oh, you trying to live above means. I see what you're doing. Oh, I didn't even know about this. It's another thing. This is on, was it on BDZ? I don't know. You guys can check, but it's only 7 hours ago. And I said John Fury is angry at Jake Paul for not paying Tommy Fury. Wow. If that's the truth. Wow. And you guys' little brother, man, is constantly they're constantly saying that he can't do what you know, he just ain't no damn. If you telling Adrian Broner that he's not a draw, then there's a problem. You know, there's a problem if you're telling Adrian Broner because for all his people, they still think he's a draw. But just like we were saying earlier, because Ryan came in and he said, well, how was such and such getting this fight or whatever. I'm like, The reason Raw is getting the fight is because even though I don't like this shit, I told you guys I don't like it. Even though I don't like the new wave of doing things, it doesn't mean that it's not going to work out because it's still working out for certain fighters. I'm not. I'm not the IG person. I got IG, and even because I hit some of my people up every once in a while. I see something that's interesting, or I just ask, like I ask a question. I think the in the last month or two, I probably corresponded with about 4 people on my IG, and one of them was Derek Bailey, and which I was just asking him a question about something about a fight. I was asking if somebody even won one round, and I think that was the Vargas fight. But I'm like, for the most part, I'm not into. This Twitter, I don't do it all. I signed up because somebody in my family signed up, but then I tweeted them once. I got bored right away. It's like, I'm not gonna be doing this shit tweeting. It's like telling something. That's what it means, tweeting and telling. F that. Yeah, I'm tired of the whole written word because I don't understand a lot of times what you mean sometimes. Talk to me. The art of conversation is almost completely gone. Nobody really has the art of communicating verbally. Just half text or I text you. Well, don't text me, call me. Because I don't understand your text. You just text and stuff. Oh, yeah. Angry face. What the hell is an angry face? Are you mad? What you mad about? Let's talk about it. Don't send me a bunch of angry faces and knives or whatever. I don't know. The whole world, everything is just becoming so weird and doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Derek still responded about Bo. He said Bo isn't in any shape to fight now. I think he is. Bo is. I think he's. You got to watch Bo. Bo's a clown, man. He's really. If you pay attention to him, he's actually funny. He probably ain't got no. He don't really have no business fighting, but he probably can still fight. I wouldn't pull up on him. Um, yeah, I saw he was on Family Feud, man, and he had me dying on when he was on Family Feud, man. I'm like, really, Bo's stupid, man. He's just funny. I like him. I've always liked Big Daddy. Um, yeah, he don't talk as like he used to talk, man. It's more like Tommy Hearns. No, they kind of slurry speech, like they kind of drooping over. I know fighters like that. I don't like to put them out there like that, but I know fighters that are like that. Um, it's not always mental. Uh, a lot of things happen because of the back of the head, the back of the brain. A lot of the things that happen to these guys is neurological damages. It's not mental. It's not something. It's neurological. But people think, oh, the neuro. But it's not with the brain. It's not a brain problem. Even though it's connected with the brain, of course, neurological things associate themselves with the brain, but it's not neurological. A lot of these things, some of them is just oh, you got brain damage. It's not all slurred speech and all that is not always brain damage. A lot of it. Just going to say, you know, because a lot of people, oh yeah, there's all them punches to the head and all that. Yeah, yeah, it's not just the head. It's that damn neck, the neck getting snapped around, and you know, I'm not trying to be contradictory, but some of it can be and some of it's not. We're not in the position to understand all of it that happens, but yeah, it would seem like he's not, but he still got some wits to him. He actually got better. When a lot of times fighters they don't really get better. You know what I mean? They don't usually get better. But if it's neurological, you can get better. If it's like right in the brain, a lot of times you don't get better. But if it's neurological, a lot of times you get better. Just saying. Yeah. Derek said, "Did you say you're on TikTok?" I'm on TikTok too. I said I would never do. I said Twitter. I don't do Twitter. I was on Twitter for a minute. Yeah, I do TikTok. Yeah, I do TikTok. I do something else on there. Derek said he's slurring though. Yep. He said you're right though. Yeah, you. I mean the slurring. I don't get scared of the slurring because I'm gonna tell you, there's some fighters that still talk real well, but I think their brain is actually beat up a little bit. But they still talk real well. I'm just telling you. I'm not gonna mention no names in here, but there's some fighters that can still, they still talk real well. You know what I mean? But I think far as like mentally, I think that uh, they have taken a beating mentally. I'm just gonna say that, and they might not show the neurological side of it, but they believe me, I guarantee you that they're in a lot worse shape than a lot of guys you think is in bad shape. Because I've even seen people that had no problems at all like that. That they look like that, they be like kind of like this, and you think they got a problem. They don't even got a problem. They just so used to standing like that they hunch themselves over. But they'll be the one of the first ones say, "Look at this motherfucker over here." They'll be the first one talk underneath their breath and be the most wittiest and classy and classic person that's around you. So we always have to caution how we look at certain stuff. Oh, and like how did they talk before? Now, I would say that even with I think even with James Tony, I think it's more neurological than the actual brain. I think it's more neurological, you know, because he was never like he was never like huge at and great at speaking anyway, and he was still fighting, and he was silent kind of like he does now. But that's like that's neurological damage. He still got his wits. When they can still remember everything, then it's not the brain as much as neurological. When they still know everything, you see what I mean? I hope you guys follow what I'm saying, because it's more neurological, um, because of other issues, not because of the mental state. Mental state is a whole different thing. Like mental state, no, because you'll be like, oh, he's crazy. So none of these guys, you would say that they're crazy, but you would say, that they have some kind of neurological damage. But you would know that, hey, they're not crazy. They still making sense. They still trying to have the conversation. Even though their mouth don't open all the way, they kind of talk almost with a lisp, their tongue. Yeah, you know, this they don't get the same kind of function. And I think what would help a lot of them if they went to a speech pathologist. None of them do that. I think that they could develop their speech back, but they just have to use their mouth a different way in order to get their speech back. I'm not trying to protect none of them. I'm not trying to say that some of them that is not total neurological damage and brain damage. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, Derek said, okay, Ryan O'Reilly said, who the dumb motherfucker who was talking about a comeback? Was it Peterson? Something like that. Yeah, I thought Peterson did make a comeback. I think he lost. I know his brother, nobody wants to fight his brother. Nobody wants to fight Peterson's brother at all. So he just can't get fights. He's damn near 40 years old. Nobody will fight him because it's too much of an upset. Say, I seen a new video of an old dude versus a. Okay, I guess you mean Hood. Yeah, Hood dude, Eagle. Who you think won? Oh, the young guy won. Okay. The young guy finally wins, huh? Okay, we finally got one for the youngsters finally winning. But I be seeing some of these youngsters get. I see so many youngsters get handed up. It don't make sense. It's like there's another one. Just call him handyman because he just got his ass handed got his ass handed to him by a man. That's what it is. But yeah, a lot of these guys they get handed up, man. I don't. Oh, he said no to. Oh, I said young. He said no to old dude. Yeah, of course, of course. These youngsters just don't. They always think that But then you get in there with them and start training them, or even then when you training young folks, they look at you, their eyes get big, they look at you a certain way. Oh shit! When you show them what you could have done and all that, they oh damn, I would have. When they show you their best move and you tell them that this is what you would, it's just like when I was growing up, the teachers used to do a ear twist or ear grab when they got mad at you. Walk your ass down the hallway to the principal. I used to get the ear grab. They grab you by your ear, and that was legal when I was growing up, which is good. It's good that that's a secret. That's one little secret. I'm exposing old secrets. Yeah, it's good to cry a little bit, like you act like you hurt, like oh you do, But even if you're not crying, just act like you're crying because then okay, I had to save myself from getting crucified later on because mom was gonna really jack me up. But the ear twist, the arm, or the arm, the shoulder. You know how they put your shoulder. The police do the same shit like the police do. Put your shoulder all up your back when they grab you. They have your shirt because they taller than you, so they have your arm all up. Oh, look at that! Lala D is up in here. Go get out of here, Lala. Starting fights. She said, "Ryan, leave." She said, "Hey, it's Cynthia. Yeah, Ryan in here for definitely. He came in talking about Boo Boo. The first thing came out of his mouth, he's talking bad about Boo Boo. Then he started talking bad about Tank. Ryan's still here. Oh wow! You look at Ryan. Ryan said, "You tripping? Nobody's scared of his brother. He had a bomb at 37. Well, how come ain't nobody fighting him then?" Yeah, Lala like Andre. She said left boxing, boxing. Yeah. Lala D said Derek Bay got the hands up good with the hearts and the fire, and also got some more hearts up. Ain't nobody tripping about no Peterson. They don't want to fight him. And that's a fact. You might not like it and you might call him a bum, but don't nobody want to fight him. They should come in and build a name off of him. You got too many fighters just fighting who they shouldn't fight. And Lala D, did you know? I hope you know that Ugas is clowning Bud. You know that, right? You know Ugas is clowning Bud because he's like, who the hell's Rocha? So Ugas is clowning Bud. Like, you fight me. He should. He could probably beat Ugas up right if Earl beat him up, but you never know. Ugas might just be that dude. But that's something, I don't know. We're not getting, see, I was optimistic for this year. I'm like, we're going to start getting the fights that we need to see. So far, we're getting like, I don't even know if I really want to see Ryan versus Tank. I don't know if I want to see that. The Magsayo fight, I'm more interested in that fight to see how that goes, to see if he can change his style up a little bit. I'm more interested in that. Bud Earl, I would like to see. But I'm through with it. The Plant Benavides, yeah, that's a good fight to see. That'd be a good one to see. So we got good fights on the horizon, but they are still escaping. How long? I should do a show. How long can these fighters escape the truth of fighting the necessary fights to leave them a legacy? Maybe we need to do something like that. Or don't maybe start doing pictures and stuff. I start doing my little roll call, be like, okay, these are our escape artist fighters. All the escape artist fighters that don't want to fight nobody. Because we'll do it in here quick. And then everybody I'll explain, and then everybody else can explain why these fighters are escape artists. How come these fighters they're still getting accolades and they're not fighting who they should be fighting? We're going to get it. Okay, Lala D back. She said, Cynthia, see, I can't find my earpods. That's the only way I can listen in. Oh, wow. You better grab your earpods. Ryan Ricky, they can't build a name off a 37-year-old who fought nobody. Yeah, they got to do something. Then, see, Ryan, what you're doing, you killing a case that you're building. Because if you say Bud would KO Ugas inside of 4 rounds, then why wouldn't he take that fight over Rocha? Come on, make it make sense. Derek, have a word with Ryan because Ryan ain't making no sense right now. Her AirPods are hiding with Boo Boo. She can't hear me. I'm not even gonna tell her. Hey, that's your fault, Lolly. You should have had your AirPods because you can't hear. Oh, but you can read though. You see what he wrote. Yeah, you better read. Yeah, you better read what he's writing. Said Boo Boo and your AirPods are hiding out. Yeah, but make it make sense though. So if Bud is doing all this knocking out of Ugas, then why wouldn't you do that over Rocha? It don't make sense because we're talking about sales and money. Because you're not going to stay as the $10 million man just fighting roaches. Or roaches. You're not going to stay. You're not going to be the $10 million man. You got to stop that shit. You know? $10 million man don't fight roaches. So make that part make sense. And nobody's telling me what does Marcel have to do to get this dub. Or can he get this W? Or did we quit? Y'all gave up on him? Y'all Filipino haters, man. Yeah. I should top rank. Okay, let's listen to this.
But fighting the way you did.
So okay, so let's just listen to this. I like to listen to bullshit interviews. I think you guys can hear this.
But fighting the way you did, that makes you a fucking true fighter, a true champion in your heart and soul. We saw you give everything tonight. You are a boxer. You are a man. Talk to me
Radio
about
Raheem
this fight and the way it
Top
went
Rank
tonight.
No, all respect to Tommy. He won, you know, and don't judge me by my wins. Judge me by my losses. I'll come back. I think we deserve that rematch. It was a great fight, a close fight. I don't know if I agree with the judges. I got a 10-8 round twice. So it is what it is, but this is the boxing. And look, I've already won in life, man. I've already won. I've won in every single way. I have an amazing family, amazing friends, amazing work ethic. I've made it farther than I ever thought that I would, and beyond. So this is definitely a humbling experience. I'll take it on the chin, get back in the gym, and we can run it back because I think we put on an amazing show for the fans.
He wants to run it back.
Let's talk a little bit about technical boxing. You got 2 knockdowns. You stuck behind the jab. You were in there for every minute of every round. How much of your training and strategy was successful tonight?
Honestly, I felt flat. I got sick really bad twice in this camp. Injured my arm.
Yeah. So you see he's getting booed and stuff like that, but 2 knockdowns, I mean, come on. I mean, he did better. No, that's why nobody wanted to say anything. Derek Beatty said peace to the Queen at Lala D. After Ryan went in talking about that her AirPods is hiding with Boo Boo. God dang. Ryan he right back. Mandatory. Why lose your belt and give Spence another excuse not to fight him? Bud got no belt, etc. But that's bullshit though. What you're saying. So you can't cover your tracks when you done already shit it all over the place, man. Come on, stop it. Because if you're saying that it'll be a KO in 4 rounds, then why not go get that easy work, go get that money? I don't want to hear about fighters that won't go get the easy money and fighting somebody that don't nobody, and rather fight somebody that don't nobody know. What if he loses belt to somebody that don't nobody know? Then what? Then what's the excuse then? So it's not like it's 100% guaranteed. No fight is 100% guaranteed. He can go in there. Maybe he might, just like this kid was just talking about how he was sick during camp. And said, you never know. Because you're never going to fight at 100% anyway. You might have a little finger issue, anything. You hit a guy the wrong way, now you numb. Now you only got but one hand. He only has the power hand. He don't have his jab. So we never know. Yeah, I don't want to hear that shit, though. Asante, I'll check my car right now. I can't hear, okay. Bud could have fought Spence instead of Horn when he first moved up. Exactly. Derek, don't even go that. Derek says that Valdez. No, that was Fury. That was the opposite of Fury. That was that Paul. That was Jake Paul running his face. But listen, I mean I can sit here and listen to this bullshit all day long, but see a lot of times, see what happens is my people come right back and they talk about what we talked about years ago and stuff like that. And we already said that Spence versus Bud could already happen. Should already happen. Because there ain't no way you could tell me that Bud was up here fighting Horn when he could have fought Spence. Get out of here with that stupid shit. Get out of here. Get out of here with the dumb shit. You know, stop telling me that. I don't even want to hear it. He could that fight. That's what I'm saying. This is an anticipation fight. We waited way too long. They could have already fought. They should have already fought. And I don't know why. Just because Bud, because you're athletic and turn flips and shit like that, don't mean that your mentality and physicality, you're not losing anything. Don't act like you're getting stronger and stronger and stronger, because you're not. You start moving up when you get older, and you start moving up. If your body wasn't ready to fill into that weight anyway, you're going to end up just being weak or something. But anyway, I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to help make excuses up for you. Andre checking his card, looking for Eddie's card. He says, "Please take me back, Eddie. I'll tell my last fight was bullshit." God dang. Derek said, "Fat man admitted they went the easy route." Oh, is that what he said? Yeah, fat man. You talking about Burger King? Hey, Derek, what did Burger King say? Hey, what did Burger King say? Is it Burger King? Oh, no, that's McDonald's. What did McDonald's say? I get the. I don't even know the sandwiches. Which ones? Who got quarter pounder? Is that? I think that's McDonald's, right? Quarter pounder. Does Burger King have quarter meats or whatever you call them? They got Whoppers, huh? They got Whopper, and they got. I think that's what theirs is called, Whopper. I think McDonald's is the quarters. Yeah. So quarter pounder are all Big Mac. So Big Mac trying to duck out. Oh, we need to get the easier work. Yeah, I know you're talking about. That's what I said. I just called him. Yeah, I just called him. I don't want to use their name to call him, but yeah. Oh, McCheese. Holding the mitts and eating burgers at the same time. Big boy. There you go, fat man. He said fat man admitted. Oh, wow. Y'all just got no filter at all, man. Y'all, old fat man said this. Yeah, old fat man. Yeah, but I was just playing with Jake Paul was saying. Yeah, you got knockdowns, but yeah. But you can't be getting, if you getting beat up, you get a couple of knockdowns, but if you getting dusted off a little bit, then no. And maybe they played him. So there's another way we can look at it, that if you think Jake Paul should have won, then maybe they played him because they had him all excited because they knew he was going to come in and fight hard, right? Oh, he's going to come in and fight hard because we're going to feed him this lie to make the fight more competitive. Because if we don't tell him that, then he'll just fight his regular way and might get beat, stopped, or something else there. So we'll make it to where he has to come in and fight hard, and we'll pretend like he's going to get rated. I'm not saying that is truthful, but I'm saying it's damn sure plausible. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. It could be it's a plausible thing. So we got to stop acting like that. We got to stop acting like everything is just set, just cut the way they say it. Anytime they tell us something, Derek, in this country that you live in the U.S., I believe, I don't know, because you're 23, I don't know where you live at now. But anyway, so This country tells us all kinds of stuff because we listen to media. We read newspapers, magazines, and articles, correspondence. Break it down. News flash. Everything is set up to alert our senses into taking it as being something that is of factual or is factual in nature. So what we have to do is sometimes we got to put the brakes on and say, wait a minute now. Hey, you know, this shit ain't. Sometimes you got to think to yourself that this shit is not adding up. Does that make sense, y'all? Sometimes you got to say, nah, hell, nah. Sometimes you got to say hell to the no, this something is not adding up. Everybody's always just so eager. You can't wait for shit to be true that ain't true. It's like the shit ain't true. Then, see, when you find out something ain't true, then your head drop like, oh, you thought it was true. It sounded good. You stop being so dumb is to listen to everything. It's hard for me to believe anything that you can probably tell by the way I talk here. As I don't know. That's why I let you guys know every damn thing. Of course, I do know. I'm going to give you my side. But when I talk to somebody on the outside that I don't know about certain shit, I'm like, I don't know. Because people try to feed me all kinds of the shit that people would tell you. It just don't make no sense. You could have, I'm just telling you, this how, I'm going to give you something that's actually kind of similar to bullshit that I hear sometimes from people. Like this, just take this is, for instance. I want you to answer this to your own self. So if you have bees outside, not honeybees, but some type of a bug that stings, right? And the information you get on these is that they stay away from, let's say, for instance, anything that's citrus, right? And you live in a area that's oranges and limes and all that shit, right? You making limeade, orangeade, all that shit. That's what you drink. Matter of fact, even the oils that you put on your skin is all orange, lime, and all that shit. Now, all this is supposed to like expel and keep away and protect, like it's like a barrier for these particular bees. Not honeybees. I'm just talking about some kind of I'm just giving you the imagery so you can see bees. But they stinging the shit out of you. They going past all these barriers to come stinging. And they got somebody on the other side of you, right? And they got all the things that they like. Like, say, for instance, they like say, for instance, so they don't like the citrus, but anything other than the citrus. So they got fruit trees on the other side, and they got nests all on the other side and everything, right? They like the apples and pears and all that type of shit. And these people are like right underneath the nest, and they didn't spray. They got applesauce and spilt all down their shirt and everything else, but ain't nothing happening to them, right? So in your estimation, the information that somebody gave about these particular bees hating lime and citrus and all that, are you going to still believe that they still hate the lime and citrus? Is that something you still going to believe? Are you going to just wake up and say, oh man, that's bullshit, man, because shit, I don't use nothing but lime and shit all day long, man. Them motherfuckers came over here and stung my ass all up. Derek said, I look like I got the mumps. I got stung in my face so many times. Are you going to believe it? That is the type of situation that we are in this U.S. with the legalities of being able to tell you whatever I want to tell you. It's legal to lie in the media. The major networks and all that, they could lie. Just like cops and other officials can lie. They can just, but let your ass tell a lie. They'll try to have you up in that court. See? But I just want to draw that picture out to make it, to dramatize it a lot more than what you would normally do. Just to show you that's this kind of shit we go through. And even in this boxing and everything, we got to listen to all these different stories. It's like, man, stop it. Please, stop. Stop. I'm not saying stop because I'm laughing. I'm saying stop because it's just too much. Stop. Stop it. And I feel bad for y'all's little brother, AB, man. Because he could have done a lot more. And he's still, I mean, like, damn, dude, you're not getting no younger. And if it's true, if Top Rank don't want you, not just Top Rank, but if Eddie Hearn them, he said you're not exciting no more. You're not the exciting man. Then what? So when somebody tells you that, what do? When you're starting to get on up there a little bit, I'm not saying he's an old man, but when you start getting up there, what do? You got to prove somebody wrong. Let's go up there. Hey, let's just start whooping ass, taking names, and talking shit. Let's get everybody excited about me again. That's the only thing that he can do is he has to get everybody excited about him again. You know what I'm saying? Because if he don't get everybody excited, he can forget it. Here we go again. Ryan stays on Andrade again. He said Andrade checking his car. Looking for the, okay, that I read that. Yeah. For Eddie's card. Okay. Please take me back, Eddie. I effed up. My last fight was BS. Yeah. I read that one, but that was the last comment, so I went over it again. Yeah. But Derek right back with the AB. He said, yeah, AB done he said he done. He said it's all his fault. He can blame whoever he want to. Let me throw this out there. I know people gonna get mad. People who love him is gonna get mad. But it appears to me also there that he felt that because of Tank, that he was gonna get a free ride in on Mayweather's coattail to the money train. I'm just saying. That's what it appears like to me. This is where his ass ended up at right here. Y'all check that out. Y'all haven't seen that for a little while, but that's where he's ended up, is right there. Train, baby. And a lot of people, that's damn. Ain't that it's black and white too. That's what makes it even better than when we look at this damn thing. It's black and white. And I'm trying to tell everybody that this black and white, this troll train, even though you know some of them got red and blonde hair or whatever, it's basically black and white is what I'm telling y'all is don't be on these trains. Because that's exactly what's happening. Is we're always fed something. And see, people who love your boy, they gonna ride. They gonna be the real riders. They gonna be the ones that actually ride and completely die with them because they just don't see. Hey, did you just screw that up? All you took was one ass whooping, and you let it fold you up. You should have went straight back, cleaned your shit up like, I'm going to stop talking shit. I'm coming back and whoop that ass. Because even the fighter that beat you and beat you up, he said that you was a hard, strong fighter. He wasn't playing around. He said, yeah, you was tough. He said, you hit hard. He said, you a tough fighter. But unlike Sugar Ray Leonard, who got roughed up by Roberto Duran and came back and was the one that roughed up Roberto Duran, you just folded like a little wet chicken, went off into oblivion somewhere, and then you started messing up, and and not fighting at the weight class you was at no more. You was all these in between fights and close fights and not throwing punches and shit like that, like you was completely shell shocked. And that's what did it, because you didn't have to be completely shell shocked. You needed somebody better around you. A lot of times we don't have people that's better for us around us. We got people that know how to cash the checks from the money that we made and passed on some of them. We got those kind of people around, but we don't have nobody say, "Yeah, man, you need to come back, man. We just got to train harder, brother. You can come back and you can get that win." See? We don't have those people. And those are the people that you need. Those are the people that you need most around you. But like I said, everybody's stuck on this damn train, Derek. They all stuck on that. Stop it. You thought that money was just going to come. Like, you thought you had an inheritance. That's what I'm just saying. And I'm not putting it out there as being a fact, but in my estimation, it seemed like you might have thought you had an inheritance coming, but you didn't. Yep. Floyd still ain't going to, he talks so much shit to Floyd, and which I'm reading your statement there, you make sense. He said he should do an exhibition with Floyd, but he talks so much shit about Floyd that Floyd probably wouldn't even give him that, like the exhibition. And Floyd probably looking like, I don't even know how much I can get for fighting Broner. But I tell you what, he could make money if he fought him over in Saudi Arabia or something like that. He could, get Broner a good payday. And maybe AB will go back to actually like fighting. Like, okay, yeah, shit, I think I won against Floyd. Build his confidence back up, get his manhood, testosterone back up, and go fight somebody and really put on the show for us. Floyd last fight flopped in the UK. Yeah, of course. Of course it's going to flop. It's only certain places like Japan, China. It's only certain places that Floyd going to have a draw now. Yep. Ryan and Jalso didn't support Floyd. Yep. There, you're a cold piece of work, man. Because Jalso, he's not even here no more, is he? Or was he here earlier? I thought he was here. No, Ryan's here. Yeah, but they didn't support him. No, they didn't support him. He said, right, AB. Think he is old. Yeah. Yeah, yo, you need to break me off. I can't stand somebody to think you need to break them off, because I'm going to break you off something, Derek. I'm going to break you off something that you wasn't expecting to get broke off. Like, oh, man, I wasn't looking for that to be broke off. Yeah, that's what I'm breaking off. Breaking this off. Here, snap. Yeah, I'm gonna break you off all right. God dang, Lala D, you got to have your ear pods Friday when we come up in here. We're gonna do boxing rap. We'll talk more about the fights that's coming up over this weekend. Yeah, I wanted to just come in and do an hour. I'm over here yawning because I can see outside and I can see the tree, man. They got the fresh spring leaves in on it already after it destroyed the ground. But yeah, I'm looking at, I don't know. I might stay here, but I probably have to get out of this area for a little bit, or just get out of here. I just might have to get out of here. It's as simple as that. I might just get out of here. I lost a lot of stuff. It's just that the closest I can go is actually further south for me, so it makes it harder for me to go up north. I was supposed to go see my seamstress this weekend, but I probably won't be able to go see her. I just got some contracts right now. I got it, and I didn't open them yet to see exactly, where they are. So I got to go check that out. Once I check that out, then I'll know how my schedule is. And I think I have another festival coming up over the next weekend after that. I don't have to go, but I was telling the medicine man that we should go to this one, which we should. Go out there and get some contacts out there. Yeah. Yeah, but AB do think he said moving to Montana. I don't. You know what, Derek? It's in my mind. It's in my mind to move there, but it's like I don't miss, brother. I don't miss all that cold and shit, man. I don't miss that. That just like I do in a sense. But the only way I'll tell you what, the only way I could go there is I had to take some. I would have to have somebody that that's ready to just settle down. I could go there. It's hard getting out of there, man. That's the whole point. It depends on where you live at in there, but it's hard to get up out of there. You at one point to get out of there in the north to the north, I think it's the northwest end or something like that. To get up out of there, you have to go through that place where they had that, where they got that van, which was bullshit. Remember they found all that those guys in the back of a U-Haul. You got to go through that area. I've been through there before, and this is just like a little small, that Coeur d'Alene. It's just like a little small place through there. It's not really no big deal, but it's just so much. There's so much stuff going over there, like the Little Bighorn, that area. It's just so much bullshit that's going on, even in that, man. That I don't know, man. I got to be strapped completely up. I got to have so many weapons, but they got small communities out there, which would be nice. But shit, I don't feel like chopping wood and all that shit, man. So I would have to move in. I would have to have a whole shed like full of wood and all that shit. I would have to have all my supplies because I can make it no matter if it's winter because I don't eat as much as most people eat. A lot of stuff I can survive off is a lot of my stuff don't need to be refrigerated, which is great. So I can get stuff that lasts me throughout the winter that only that's really fresh that don't even have to be refrigerated, and I can make it. I'll be good. You know what I mean? But it's just having that wood and shit because I'm not gonna trust like furnaces and natural heat. No, you got to have a couple of fireplaces, and you got to have a whole like some seasoned wood. You got to have a lot of it, not no one cord or 4 cords like Bruce was talking about. You got to have a whole freaking shed full of that shit just to make sure. Because that below, anytime you talk about wind chill factor below 30, it's already below. It's cold enough without the wind and the so-called chill. It's already cold as I don't know what. I had to have like a porch that can hold a whole stack of wood. All right inside the door. I had to have something that holds the whole stack. Like, okay, we hold this whole stack of wood. But I would have fun, brother. I tell you that. Because one place that I would be, and that we would be all the time, we would be in bed a lot. We'd be in bed snuggled up a lot, man, talking about nothing. Philosophies and shit like that. That'd be good. It'd be good to just relax and just talk about nothing. Well, I ain't got to worry about no news, no bullshit, and we just up chopping it up, just talking about, whatever we felt like talking about. We just come up with our own stories and shit, making our own movies in our head and stuff like that. Ain't nothing more wonderful than that, man, to not have to talk about all the BS that's around us. Phew, you imagine? But not just there. I mean, that's a good area, though. The one thing nice about that area is you can see forever up there for some reason. I don't know. It's like it was an opening on the earth. Like, damn, you can see forever. That's one. So that's one thing I do like about it. And that Colorado shit is just too high. I know people in Denver, that's too much. The Wyoming, there's not enough mountains. Some of them other places, Iowa, is just too open. Some places is just way too open. Like California, Washington, Oregon, those are the perfect spots, but those are spots that are just too damn high. They're just too expensive. And yes, you live out on the damn desert somewhere, but who wants to live out on the desert? Because then you don't worry about wood. Now you worry about having an ice truck come in or something. And no such thing. There ain't no ice truck going to deliver no ice to you. Once your AC break down, that's it. And I couldn't see myself standing in an outdoor shower for like 10 hours a day. That's miserable as hell, man. You got 2 hours of comfortable weather. The rest of the time you just burning up. You either burning up or you freezing like real late, early in the morning. And then time it gets 8 o'clock, it's already like 85, 90 degrees. You're about to go into another cooking session. About to get another 115, 120 on you. Man, forget that shit, man. Yep. Yeah, but you're right, that's for real winter. Derek said, yep. Get your guns, hell yeah. I can't even get my gun over here, man. It's illegal, so maybe it's true for the move, brother. Cause I can't even have my gun. I can't have my eagle. The eagle is I'm against the law where I live at. I can't have him. I can't get me a zipper. I can't switch it up with a zipper. I can't do nothing. They got me, brother. All I need is 2 eagles, brother. I need me 2 eagles. What do you think? Like a 10 gauge? People like the 12 gauge, huh? Like a 12 gauge. Give me a nice, I like, it's a 10. I think 10 is loud. Give me a nice little 10 gauge. I think they would call it 10 gauge, not 12. Give me a nice little 10 gauge, or get me one that can take some shells. Give me an automatic assault shotgun. Man, I have so much fun. I'd ought to be cleaning weapons all day and making native clothing and regalia and stuff, and making stuff for the winter, and hooking my girl up, you know, because I got to make her some nice little outfits and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Not no store bought. So they put this little fur on. She said, "What's this?" I said, "That's your fit. That's it." No, I ain't got no more material on it. That's it. That's all you get. Yep. He said, "Yeah, I seen a 2-bed, 2-bath." He said for like, yeah, $726,000 in L.A. 1,100 square feet. Yeah, that part. Basically, when you say 726, you're saying you might as well say 1.5 million, because if you don't have that in cash, plus you got to tack on tax on top of that, so you're talking about 800. So a little bit over 800. So we'll say 804,000. So 804,000 cash. Like, get all the way the F up out of here. Stop abusing us. But we'll find a way to get this done, Derek. Don't think I'll be forgetting, man, because I'll be thinking, I'm like, damn, it's got to be somebody who know, man. Just keep your ears and eyes open, brother. And if you going to hear somebody talking one day, you go, man, I know I heard you talking. I don't want to get in your business. Sometimes you got to do that. Man, I heard you talking. I don't want to get in your business. But, man, how can I do that, man? Please let me know. Start doing that more. Because when I hear people say stuff, my ears, I be ear hustling. Like they say ear hustle. Sometimes I got to ear hustle because I'm like, huh? Because if it's important information, I need to get that information, man. Shit. You saving me money and time and all that. We find out how to get the land and stuff the right way. Damn, man. That's my biggest dream, man. I don't even have to have a huge community. There's some people that want to be down. Like, okay, we're tired of this city. And we can live out here. We're going to make it. We're going to make this thing work out. It don't matter. Because each little pod, you can do a community, like you can do 10 here, 10 families here, 20 here, 25 here, 5 here, 6 here, 3, 2, 1, all over the place. But we're all connected. Because our satellite, for us, those are all like little satellite properties that belong to all of us. That we're welcome to stay or do whatever we want to. But anyway, yeah, man, my shout out to all the real people that I see. And my shout out to all of y'all that mess with me. Y'all know what it is. Eagles Wear Boxing again, man. No matter what day it is, it's nothing but blessings, man. I got to go, man. I'm working on the whip a little bit. Since it's a nice day, I want to get him nice and cleaned up. Because he's still suffering. I just had him clean, but still got mud all over him. Shit, they couldn't get it. Yeah, they couldn't get him right. Like I needed to get right. Yeah, it needs to be a little bit better than what it is. Yeah, it needs to be a little bit better. A little bit better, man, as far as what they because it's black, so of course they yeah. Oh, I didn't even know that y'all had got somebody. Derek, you threw somebody out early. I didn't get to see him. Damn, Derek got him out at. Oh, he came in after you was talking about Bomac, huh? Derek said, "No, we ain't having that." Derek said, "We ain't having that shit." His name was Aaron. Yeah, I ain't trying to give him no airtime. I'm just gonna put down Aaron. Yeah, but Derek had to slice somebody up. I didn't even know, brother. Didn't even recognize that. Hey, y'all smooth, man. That's how my people working here. They get rid of your ass without no, you know, like no trace. He call you traceless. Got your ass out of here with no trace. I'm gonna catch y'all, man. Derek said, "Get your ass out of here." Derek said, "I smell something." There it is. Can you smell it?